Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Astrology News Report, an alternate view of world events as seen through the lens of Vedic astrology. Presented by yours truly, Ron Berger. Today is August 29th, 2021. In this report, we'll be taking a look at what's coming up in the zodiac for September 2021. But before we begin, a note to all viewers. The weekly videos on this channel are available to people who donate to the channel. You are watching the once-a-month free public video. If you would like to have access to the upcoming month's weekly reports, stick around for the link at the end of this video to make your donation. Thanks. Right away in the first week of September, we have a couple of notable changes in the zodiac. On September 5th, within hours of each other, both Mars and Venus change signs. Mars moves from Leo into sidereal Virgo, while Venus moves from Virgo into sidereal Libra. Mars in Virgo is the planet of aggression and combat in the sign of details and analysis. Virgo is generally a mild-mannered sign, but when the planet of combat manifests from the sign of details, what you can get is weaponizing the details. Mars in Virgo can bring out the critical nature of Virgo the perfectionist. On the positive side, the action and results-oriented Mars energizes practical, skillful Virgo to get to work and get the job done. The other thing that happens with Mars in Virgo is that it joins up with Mercury. Mercury came into its own sign back on August 26th, and that's good for Mercury significations. The planet of data and information, speech and writing, in the sign of details and analysis is a good thing for diagnosing the situation, getting the information straight, and explaining the facts. But Mars is the enemy of Mercury. Mars is forceful and impatient for results. Mars isn't willing to wait around for Mercury's gathering of facts and data, so Mars winds up distorting the significations of Mercury. Mars is combative. Mercury is speech and writing. In a critical sign like Virgo, Mars plus Mercury results in condemning and combative speech. For example, protests. This combination is known to cause a lot of argument, and since Virgo can be cunning, the argument can be disingenuous and misleading. Since Mercury is the planet of communications, it stands for the media. Therefore, media reports are controversial and likely to have hidden agendas. Note that in the USA chart, Virgo is the 10th house, the house of leadership, the president, and his administration. The Mars plus Mercury combination in this sector is going to make September a minefield of critical and controversial news conferences. Mercury gets away from Mars when it leaves Virgo and enters sidereal Libra on September 21st. By doing so, Mercury joins up with its friend Venus, the planet of relationship. Libra is the sign of balance and harmony, fairness and equality. Libra is an idealist. Mercury, the planet of rational thinking, ideas, and reasoning, does well in this sign. Maybe even the media will become more balanced. On the same day that Mars changes signs, September 5th, Venus leaves Virgo and enters sidereal Libra. This puts Venus in its own sign, which makes the significations of both Venus and Libra strong. Venus is the planet of relationship. Libra is the sign of partnership. Venus is values. Libra is harmony and equality. Venus is the planet of guidance. Libra is the sign of agreement. So, this is good and bodes well for finding compromise and coming to agreement during the coming weeks. But Venus will run into some trouble later in the month when it comes into opposition with retrograde Uranus, which will be exact on September 23rd. The planet of independence, rebellion, and disruption, exchanging aspects with Venus, will bring out some of the downside of Venus, selfishness. So, the Venus in Libra energy for peace and harmony will be put under pressure and may fall apart later in the month. On the other hand, Uranus, as the planet of inspiration and realization, could benefit from Venus's creativity and guidance, which could induce some breakthrough inspiration. In the middle of September, Jupiter will change signs. The planet of truth and wisdom has been retrograde since last June in the early degrees of sidereal Aquarius. And on September 14th, retrograde Jupiter will back into Capricorn. In Vedic astrology, both Capricorn and Aquarius are signs owned by Saturn, but they are distinctly different from each other. Aquarius is an air sign, and therefore based in mental structures. In particular, Aquarius is known for having fixed ideas and opinions. Jupiter is the planet of beliefs, and especially while retrograde in Aquarius, Jupiter has helped to give everyone the confidence to stick to their preconceived opinions and beliefs. But Capricorn is Saturn's Earth sign. Earth signs are realistic. Capricorn is all about setting practical goals and achieving tangible results. So retrograde Jupiter, while revisiting the past, will now begin to let go of the fixed opinions of Aquarius and embrace the sober realism of Capricorn. And then, nearly at the end of the month, Mercury goes retrograde on September 26th. The planet of rational thinking, making decisions, communications, transactions, and so forth, will be backwards for 3 weeks until October 18th. The usual Mercury retrograde precautions should be observed. Expect delays. There will be equipment malfunctions, misunderstandings in communication. News stories will be distorted, and there'll be mistakes in transactions, and so forth. At first, Mercury is in Libra and not under any malefic influence. But then, on October 1st, Mercury backs into Virgo, and once again has to contend with its enemy Mars, which will make the last part of this Mercury retrograde much worse. I'll be doing a deep dive into analyzing the September-October Mercury retrograde period in a special report that will be coming up in a couple of weeks. Okay, so there's a brief look at planetary patterns for September 2021. And here's a description of what's coming up in this month's videos. September 5th, Mars transiting in Virgo, and what to expect according to your rising sign chart. September 12th, Jupiter retrograde into Capricorn and the effects for world politics. September 19th, Mercury retrograde in September and October and the effects for each rising sign chart. And September 26th, a preview of planetary patterns for October 2021. You'll not want to miss out on all these great upcoming videos, so if you want to have access to the next weekly reports, Donate $20 by clicking on or touching the donation card you see at the end of this video, which will take you to the donation page. And if $20 for a month is too much for you, you can donate $10. The link to each week's report will be sent to you via your email. So here's the link. Just click or touch the card, which will take you to the donation page. And if the card does not appear or doesn't work, you can find the link in the comments section below. Thank you, and until next week.